I'm Lori Harder, fitness expert, author, transformational speaker, and creator of the Bliss Project. And I have helped thousands and thousands of women, not only at this event every single year, but also on my courses, through my podcast, and through all of the different programs that I have. It is absolutely my life's purpose, and that is what I want to chat with you about today. I have my annual event coming up, and I want to teach you some of the things that you're going to learn there, but if you have not been there, or if you don't plan on going, I still want you to get exactly the tools that you need to bust through your blocks and your fears. So today I want to talk to you about tribe, why you need tribe, how you can get tribe. If you can't make it to the annual event, how you can do tribe from the comfort of your own home. So as far as tribe goes, the beautiful thing about tribe, when we all get together, when we come together for this annual event that I have every single year in the springtime, is that we start to understand that we are far more alike than we ever realized. We tend to not share what our fears are. We tend to not share what's coming up for us. We think that we are alone in our struggles, whether it is anxiety or whether it's something that we feel ashamed of or something from our past or something we can't forgive ourselves for, or maybe we don't feel worthy, or maybe we're carrying this old story about what someone thought of us, what an ex-boyfriend or husband said, or spouse, or somebody, a teacher, a professor, maybe they said we weren't smart enough. Maybe we've been carrying that story for so long. And what happens is when you have a tribe and you start sharing, whether that's at an event or whether that's something that you're going to do at home, and I'll touch on that at the end of this video, you realize that everybody has these stories. You realize that everybody has these different pain points. And when we come together and you start sharing your stories, you realize that they don't carry as much strength as they used to. It's almost as if you're outing them and you realize, wow, this really isn't that big of a deal. And in video 2, I'm going to talk about some of the tools that we do in order to overcome these stories. But right now we're talking about tribe. So sharing your stories, you realize that when you have a tribe, you are so similar. We're all sharing the same thoughts, ideas, fears, and anxieties, and we're all nervous to connect, right? But when we basically call out the elephant in the room, it's like we can connect deeper and more quickly. Number 2, the reason we need tribe is because we need people. And I know that seems so basic, but you absolutely cannot do this life alone. I've tried it. It did not work for me. And that is why I'm so passionate about tribes, is because it's not just about having one tribe either, and I'll go into that more in a second, but it's about having many tribes and connecting with so many people to understand that people often hold our answers. I believe that source, God, whatever you believe, that higher power is, speaks through people. And oftentimes it's not until we verbalize how we're feeling or we really start connecting deeply that we start to get the answers that we need. Number 3, it is in our DNA to want to be a part of something, and not just be a part of something, but to be a part of something progressive, to be a part of a tribe that is moving forward, to be a part of a mission. And that's really what you do with a tribe is based on a set of ideas and beliefs that are really going to help you further your life. You're connecting over something that you believe in. Number 4, we all want to lead. So whether you think that you are a natural born leader or not, a tribe gives you a place where you can actually stand up, say how you feel, and lead. And it gives you a safe environment to do that. Especially at my annual event every single year, we make agreements in the beginning of the event. We make agreements throughout the event. We know that it's a safe space. We know that it's a sacred space. We know that this is a place to try on new ideas, to try on that more powerful version of yourself that you know you are, but you're not quite ready to step into it into your real life for fear of what people might say or what people might think. So we create that safe, sacred place where you get to dance in it. You get to have fun. You get to know that whether you fail or you're weird or you say something awkward or you don't quite know who you are in this new position of leadership or this new position of who you know you are, emerging, right? That stronger version of you, you get to be that person and see what it would feel like to stand up, speak your mind, take the lead, say how you really feel, and let it be okay. Be in a group of women who say, hey, it's all good. Whatever comes out, this is the agreement. Whatever comes out, whatever's happening, whatever you feel, tears, crazy, anxiety, freak out, panic, whatever it is, it's all good. It gives you this absolute freedom to just be you and play with it. So when you go home, you have that reference point for your life. Number 5, tribes are so important because your current tribe may not be supporting all of your goals. So when I say tribes, I don't just mean one, because right now, whether you feel like you are a part of one or not, we have our current people in our life, and that is our tribe. But if it's not supporting who we want to be, or what we want to become, or what we want to put out into the world, then you need to create another tribe. So in my life, I probably have 10, 15, or 20 different tribes of people now, where I used to only have one. And what happened? This is the most important part of this entire video, in my opinion. What happens when we have one that is not supporting our future selves that we know needs to come out, that we cannot suppress any longer, this message that was put on our hearts by God, by Source, if your tribe is not supporting that, what is going to happen is something is going to have to die, basically. That version of you that is supposed to come out is not going to be able to come out because you won't be supported in your current tribe. So what happens is you can have your current tribe, and that's okay if they don't support your dreams or your goals. And you can have this other tribe over here that does support your dreams and your goals. So you can go over here and you can connect with these people. You can have the time and the space. You can create the appointments. You can create the connections where you get to go and have these people who support all of your dreams, who support these new ideas that you have, who support this new leadership role. Because what happens is if you don't have that support in your life, you are not going to sacrifice not being accepted anywhere. So in order to still feel accepted, in order to still feel loved, sometimes we have to create these other tribes as we become these new versions of ourselves, so that when we do become these versions of ourselves, and this other tribe maybe is not accepting us at this moment, we can go over here, feel loved and accepted, and feel strong enough to go back as the new version of ourselves to the old tribes. And what happens is, in time, majority of the people will come around in that old tribe that you have, or that starter tribe. But until you have support built around yourself in many different ways, you're not going to be able to sustain this growth. You're not going to be able to sustain this new version of you. That's why it is so important to connect deeply and start building those tribes. So at the Bliss Project, every single year, this is exactly what you do. You don't just meet one woman or two women, you meet hundreds and hundreds of women who you get to connect deeply with, who you have sometimes deeper connections just in that weekend than you've ever experienced in your whole life. So dependent upon how open and vulnerable you're willing to be and how much you are willing to connect, you can make tribes for life here. And like I said, it's not just with one person, but you can create so many within there. You can find the people who are thinking the same. You can find those women who allow you to step in and lead. You can find those women who support you, who are ready to lift you up. And if you cannot make it to the event, which I hope that you can, because it is pure magic, what you can do is you can start finding and forming these tribes at home. So I know a lot of you guys, if you follow me, I do something called Masterminding. And I actually talk about this a lot at the Bliss Project and also in my e-course called The Bliss Habit, which if you want more info on that, that's at theblishabit.com. But what I talk about is masterminding. So whether you do once a week or once every other week, or once a month, where you find other women who want to connect and just talk about what's coming up. Maybe you create 3 different questions that you all go through in order to connect deeply for an hour. Maybe you do it via Skype. Maybe you do it in person. You just make an appointment basically to connect with other women and ask questions that make you feel like you are getting to learn a lot about this person beyond just the surface. So maybe you have 3 questions every other week that are something along the lines of, what is it that really lights you up? What is something that you've had to sacrifice in your life in order to reach your goals? Just questions that make you dig a little bit deeper. Questions that in your normal day-to-day life we're not asking, right? Instead of, how's the kids? How's the weather? What do you have planned for the week? It's really getting to know people. And that's what my event, and that's what Masterminding, and that's what my book that's coming out is all about. Better questions. So if you're not going to attend the event, you can absolutely start taking better questions, going around your group of 3 or 4 or 5 women and answering these questions, keeping it to an hour, connecting deeply, creating a tribe, and start feeling what it would feel like to have that support. So if you want more information on how to do that, like I said, it's at theblisshabit.com. Otherwise, you guys, I hope that I get to see you at the Bliss Project event. And now you know why many tribes are so important. And it's not just about having people near you, or geography is no longer keeping us stuck to just having tribes, you know, right in our backyard or in our city. It's all about, you can have them all over the world. Skype is so amazing, you guys. So it's really important that you just commit to it. Commit to having a tribe that supports you. Commit to finding a tribe that supports you. I made so many excuses for so long that I didn't believe there were women who felt the same way that I did, but it was because I was not willing to do the work. It takes a commitment, right? It takes a commitment. So I hope that I see you at my event, and more info on that is blissproject.info. And please watch for the next videos all about this coming in the next couple days, because we're going to blow your mind with some of the lessons that you are going to learn, not only at the event, but in this video series. Mwah. I'll see you next time.